Hello everyone. I am feeling a lot better. Much better. My pain level has gone down a lot. I'm sitting at about like a 1 or 2 right now. So I would call that well managed. I had breakfast, which was nice. There was scrambled eggs and I was like, oh yeah, scrambled eggs. That's my stuff right there. They had to actually change my diet to reflect accurately what my diet actually is, which in technical terms is a ovo-lactate vegetarian, because I do cheese and eggs, but no meat. Because yesterday they brought me chicken broth, which obviously I could do nothing with. Starting to feel a bit more like myself. They have woken me up every 2 to 3 hours to check my vitals and give me drugs, and some of them are subcutaneous injections on my arm. There's lots of pills. I've got an IV going still, so at least that validates this thing existing. I also have these compression devices on my legs since I'm not getting out of bed for like a full day to help mitigate the risk of DVT. I'm also off my progesterone, which they didn't tell me I was going to be, so I was a little confused about that. I had to remind them that I need to take topical steroids to treat my poison ivy, which has apparently gotten a lot better since I've been here, which is great. So basically my sleep is really broken up every 2 to 3 hours when my pain spikes, and they come to give me pain meds around that time anyway, so it kind of works out. I've taken 1 oxy so far. I'm trying to not do so much of that, but I am going to do some before the big event of today, which is I'm going to get out of bed. They have me stand up and hobble over to a chair and sit in the chair for a bit. That's today's big goal, so I got to take some oxy for that because I'm going to regret it otherwise. In terms of sensation, the pain I'm mostly experiencing feels like a pinching in my groin. It feels like when you really need to pee, but I know darn well I don't because I'm catheterized. And the weird thing about that is when they like drain the catheter or move it, you can feel the pressure change in your bladder, which is internal. It's a really weird sensation. It feels like the glug glug of a jug when you pour it out, but with your own body, which is really unsettling. My heart's doing great. They keep checking my levels and pulse and blood pressure and all that, and I'm stable, so that's good. My temperature is stable, so I'm not running a fever or anything. My white blood cell count is high and my red blood cell count is low, which is what I would expect. My voice is slowly coming back. I'm just really dry in the throat, and it really sucks because like I can't really clear my throat without it hurting a lot. I have some gas pain, nothing too crazy. I'm used to that though because like I don't burp. Like that's a thing about me. I don't have the ability to burp, so I'm really used to having a bunch of gas stuck in me, like at all times. Yeah, slowly getting back to myself. Still stuck in a bed, which is weird and unpleasant. I'm pretty much stuck with my legs in like a frog kick position, which someone is very happy about, of course. Anything to do with frogs, and he's on board. My surgeons stopped by this morning and said that everything looks exactly like how they would expect, as much as they can see through all the like cover up and everything. So that's really good. Everything's going great. I'm okay. Teresa will be here within about 2 hours. She's working right now, but she's coming here after work. She's doing a half day. And she'll be here till 8 p.m. I'm gonna have her help me get my glasses back out because I can see everything. I have like a tablet here, which is fine. Like that's not gonna be blurry at all for me, but the TV that's across the room, which here, let me see if I can get that. That's going to be blurry if I try to do that. Plus, downstairs, when I was in the initial room, I tried to set up Netflix, and I have to try that here. I have no idea if it's going to actually work on the TV or not, so we're going to find out. I'm also a teenager because the room won't actually let me set the temperature lower than 69, and that makes me giggle. I just had the nurse go over all the dilation stuff and everything. It's nothing I haven't already read. It's literally the same document I've had access to for months. But it was nice to be able to ask questions and go over some stuff as much as I can. I got to hold my dilators, and I'm sitting there going, that's not going to fit in me. But we'll see. There's a lot of weird sounds here in the middle of the night. Like there's a sink out in the hallway where like people scrub up and whatever. And I got woken up to the sound of like splashing water in there. I'm like, what the hell is that? You know, there's a lot of this machine, the IV machine, beeped at me in the middle of the night because the IV bag ran out. So I had to push the button to summon someone, which I feel like that should talk to them and be like, hey, there's a beep going off. Like, and what for? But basically it was just the IV bag needed to be changed. So I said, like, when they got here, like, yeah, the machine started beeping at me, so that seemed like a good reason to summon you. She's like, that's a good instinct. So yeah, between people coming in every 2 to 3 hours and the compression things going off on my feet all night and laying on my back, which I normally don't do, and random sounds, like, I'm surprised I got any sleep at all. I think that's just a testament to how exhausted I feel right now. Which again is improving dramatically, so I'm definitely getting somewhere. You know, just healing up. I will be here until Tuesday, which is, what day is it? Today's Friday, so I'll be here for a while. But then I get to go home and resume my recovery there. I'll be out of work for 8 weeks. And the full recovery takes a year, and some of this stuff is lifelong, like I'll always have to dilate and everything, so it's good stuff. But I'm so curious to see what I look like now, because I know what I walked in here with. I'm really curious to see what I look like now. Underneath all of this packing and all this is my vagina, and that's incredible. I can't wait to see it. And I know it's going to be an exploded, horrific looking mess because there's going to be incisions and bruising and redness and irritation and just, it's going to be a mess, but we'll get there. And it'll certainly be an upgrade over what I had before, right? Yeah, so making progress. Teresa's here, and my hair is slowly expanding. I'll fix it later.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I have taken Oxy. It's good stuff.
Just as I was coming in.
Just as you were coming in. They realized, oh crap, you need to drink water with this. I'm like, yeah. I take what you give me. Anyway, so we're waiting for that to kick in, and in about 10 minutes, I mean, it's kicked in, but they're waiting 30 minutes after they do it. And then now that that's kicked in, they're going to have me try to stand up and walk over to a chair and sit down. I can't sit up in the bed, so that's going to be interesting. Especially with all these tubes connected to me.
Yeah, you're really hooked up.
Yup. I'm hooked on those drugs, baby.
All the drugs.
Seriously, they've given me so many different drugs.
Yeah.
If they didn't write it down, I would never be able to remember it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what's going on here today. It's big adventure time. They have to find the waffle pillow. They couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, you're definitely going to need
definitely need that. Okay. I'm in the chair, but not without incident. I either had a panic attack or very nearly passed out or both. You know, it's a bit chicken and egg. Yeah, that sucked. I got all the way into the chair and then I just like started seeing snowflakes, like dark vision with like bright multicolored snowflakes, which is pretty typical for when I get visual symptoms from a panic attack. And I also had severe ringing in my ears to the point where I like couldn't hear the questions the nurse was asking me. So they gave me a Xanax, which I'm sure mixes just fine with Oxy, and a high pressure drip to get my blood pressure back up. I'm in a fair amount of pain right now. I'm at like a 4, but before I was up to a 6. So I'm gonna stay right here and not do a damn thing until I have some help. So that was fun. I'm glad I did that here and not home though.
Yeah.
So it's little things. I'm sorry I scared you.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh. I made it back into the bed without incident, so I'm
Yeah.
really proud of that.
You did great.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
walked about 3 steps.
Yeah.
It's the getting up and getting down that's really the hard
Yeah.
part. It really, really is. Unfortunately, visiting hours are just about to end in about 20 minutes, so Teresa's gonna have to go wait for her parents because there's bad traffic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss traffic. I know that's really silly, but like I
Yeah.
won't be able to drive for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So,
We'll be in a car though.
oh yeah, I'll be getting
For your
driven to my
post-ops.
post-ops, so that'll be fun. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy the bumps of New York City pavement with considering that I felt every bump when
In
I
the
was rolled
elevator?
in the
Yeah.
elevator to this room. Tomorrow they want me to walk a bunch, so that's gonna be scary.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get there, you know,
Yeah.
taking this one day at a time. They I think I mentioned this. They changed up my meds a little bit. They're gonna lay off a little bit on the anticoagulant stuff because they're thinking that's part of why my blood pressure dropped so much. And they're gonna give me some Xanax continuously. So,
Yeah.
and like, I am the first one to say that like meds are not supposed to be stigmatized. If you need them, you need them. But I'm also like, and I considered going on Xanax for this because it's so stressful and everything. I'm just basically trying to remember that this is an extreme circumstance and this is what I need to get through this.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
You gotta do what you need to do.
Exactly. So take the edge off, you know, just a
Yeah.
little bit to get me to not have a panic attack. Because that's the second one I've had since starting all this. So
Yeah.
yeah. And plus, I don't think you like seeing me that way.
Aw.
I know you'd see me either way, but the point is, you know, why see me in pain if you don't have to?
Yeah.
Oh, they showed me my dilators today. You got to hold them too.
Yeah.
They are like really solid and way heavier than I thought.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that I'm going to have to deal with. That orange one is scary.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I understand now why the TSA flags them as weapons because they
Yeah.
could totally be used as them.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's kind of badass.
Yeah.
I also think I'm striking a good balance with all my meals and everything. I'm trying to do a little bit fun, but a little bit practical, and like I'm lacking in protein a little bit, but that's always hard because like the only thing I can really get protein wise is stuff that's a little too intense for me right now.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm gonna try for a veggie burger and see how that goes. My stomach is improving greatly,
Yeah.
so that's really, really good. I'm pleased with that. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm stopping it here. Love you. Okay. All right, they just gave me my last dose of medications before 2 a.m. Taught me how to adjust the bed, which is a very useful skill to have. I'm officially done with the IV. This now connects to nothing, unless they need something urgently to throw in there, which is why I have to keep it on my hand until I'm discharged. But yeah, I'm eating and drinking on my own now, so that's good. All the antibiotics are going to be oral now instead of the drip, so that's good. Yeah, making progress, getting good here. I'm still going to be catheterized until Monday night, that's. She was draining the thing. I was like, this is never not going to feel weird, is it? She's like, nope. I'm like, okay. Yeah, it's like 11, so I can get 3 hours of sleep before they come back to check vitals and stuff. So that'll be good. Making progress, chipping away, doing good. I'm just happy I can sleep. Oh, so they sent in this like holistic type nurse person to try to sell me on some nonsense of like, we'll teach you breathing exercises and relaxation techniques and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't suck at like not having panic attacks. I'm just in an extreme situation and my blood pressure dropped and then I had a panic attack. Like, it's a bit chicken and egg with this stuff, but come on. No amount of breathing technique was going to stop me from having that reaction because my blood pressure dropped first. That's why I had that reaction. Like, Teresa was there. She can back me up on this. It was like instantaneous that I was passing out. So I found the whole thing really insulting, to be honest. And I get it. That really works for some people. I could see it being a valuable resource, but just give me the Xanax. Like, just, that's fine, you know? For a stopgap, I'm good. They had this other nurse come in who's like the head nurse of the floor or something. And she has like this great energy of like the wizened old, you know, been there for 20 years nurse, you know, seen everything. And she was fantastic. And I need her to like be my nurse forever. She sized me up and she was like, yeah, you got this. You just need to like have access to water first of all. So like now they're giving me like pitchers of ice and actual like decent supply of water, which is exactly what I've been asking for like 2 days. But that's why I was able to disconnect from the IV and everything. So it was nice having her take it seriously and be like, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna adjust down your some of your meds, the anticoagulants. I'm tired. And we're gonna give you some Xanax and we're gonna take the edge off. We don't want to zonk you out. We're just gonna make this more bearable for you. And that's exactly what I needed to hear. That's exactly what I needed to know. I needed to be taken seriously. And this other person, I just got the impression they just did not take me seriously at all. Like, as if it was some sort of personal failing that I had a panic attack when I started to pass out. Come on. So, yeah. I'm gonna try to sleep. I'm gonna try to get some sleep now. In terms of pain, I'm in like a shockingly low amount of pain. Like maybe a 1, which is really surprising. It's only when I move that it's a problem. And that's exactly what happened when I went to go get in the chair. Tomorrow I have to walk around a bunch. I think I can do it. Like the walking is easy. The getting up and getting back down is hard. So, you know, because you don't know what muscles are safe to use because you don't realize exactly how involved your pelvic floor is in like sitting up and stuff like that and like moving over and sliding on a bed. Like you don't realize exactly which muscles are being used in that until they hurt to use. Then you're very keenly aware, trust me. So I'm just trying to not do damage and not hurt myself, but also still accomplish what I need to accomplish. It's gonna be a long recovery. It hurts to laugh. Like I can't do a belly laugh, which really sucks. I can't blow my nose. I can't sneeze. Fortunately, I haven't needed to thanks to the wonders of HEPA filters in the hospital, but it's just sucky having restrictions at all, you know? Well, I'm gonna get through this one day at a time. 1 3-hour sleep session at a time. Okay. Good night, y'all.